Hi, I'm Bill Meyers, and this is another one of my blogs, Bill's Blogs. And I want to address my good friend Bobby Caldwell today. Bobby, I've known for quite some time, and I remember the day I first heard his song, What You Won't Do for Love, went out and bought it, played it countless times. He's not only an amazing singer, but he's really a great person. And it touched me when I finally got to meet him. He'd heard some things that I'd done, and we immediately hit it off, and he was very complimentary, and we started hanging out. I had a roommate that I will, devote a whole blog to. His name is Pasquale. And I met Pasquale working with Gino Vanelli. So we became roommates with another friend of mine for a couple of years, and he was just a gas to hang out with. Great cook on top of everything else. So whenever I would tell Bobby or anybody else, come on over, Pasquale's cooking, no one said no because he was such a great cook. So we wrote some songs when he'd come on over, and just generally talk about the business and all kinds of good stuff. So it's another one of those people where like you not only enjoy working with them and you're impressed with their talent, but he's just a good hang, So he'd been a good friend of mine already for a number of years, and I fell in love with his writing, singing, and production skills on that debut album, as I said. But there was so much more to this guy, that I really appreciate. I know that at one point he was going through what looked like a difficult breakup, and of all things, he showed up at a party on a night that Pasquale was cooking, and it was in the kitchen, and his girlfriend was becoming annoying, and Pasquale threw a knife that hit the wall and scared the crap out of Bobby, who was dealing with his own breakup, So I was like, no, don't worry. He's not like this all the time. But we managed to write some really nice songs. And a few years later, in 1982, I was hired as the soundtrack producer of songs for the nighttime soap Falcon Crest. And I picked up the phone immediately and called Bobby. I said, let's co-write some stuff, and we wrote about 4 songs for episodes. It was also the year that we had Apollonia on it. She was both acting and singing. After that, we collaborated on a song for Neil Diamond's Headed to the Future album, and it was titled "Love Doesn't Live Here Anymore." It did really well. That was an album, by the way, that Maurice White had produced some of the cuts, but we've managed to keep in touch. I hate to say this, but sadly he's become quite ill, and I'm very worried about him. I've been trying to reach him. He's been dealing with a degenerative disease, I believe, and his health issues over the last years have brought him down. I miss him. I hope he'll somehow pull through, and I hope to see him, if possible, again, soon. Prayers out to you, Bobby, and know that we all love and respect your work.